Hey everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel's Stitches. It is a channel where I talk about my addiction to cross stitch and the other hobby of collecting cross stitch stuff. Today is Monday, April the 3rd, and this is Flosstube number 25. If you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back and checking in and seeing what I have done over the past fortnight. And if you are a new viewer, thank you very, very much for stopping in and having a look, and I hope that you continue to enjoy what I have to offer. All right, guys, let's get straight into it. Get straight into the stitching that I've done in the last 2 weeks. The first one that the first one that I worked on was this one, Protector. It is a chart by Paine Crafts, and the artwork is by Katie Lipscott. And I'll put a picture up of where it was last time we've seen it. And just have to use this. Oops. This is where I'm up to now. So I have finished off this page and I've moved into the next page to fill in the little wolfie's nose and mouth. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. I'm loving this. The colours in it are absolutely gorgeous. It is being stitched on 18 count, 16 count Ada that I hand dyed myself. I am taking out, I am not stitching all this white creamy background, so I am leaving that out and just doing the wolves. That's why I dyed it in green. There is a couple more in the series by Katie that I am going to purchase and do on the same count and colour fabric that I dyed all at one time, just so they were all in the same dye batch and are all the same colour. And then I will just wash my hair, and it's still wet and it's drying, so it's going to do some freaky things. I just had one hanging on my face. So yeah, I'm going to do the 3 of them and have them all finished off in the same type of, well, finish them all off together, whether I do them in a wall hanging or get them framed or something, I don't know. That is going to be a while down the track, I think. All right, so the second one that I worked on was this one, Mini Shaman, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Laurie Prindle. So that is what that one will look like when it is finished. I'll put a picture up of where it was the last time we seen it. And this is where we're up to now. There we go. I worked on this one for 2 days and I got 1,300 stitches into it. It is also being stitched on 16 count Ada 2/1 using CXC floss. The protector is also 2/1 using CXC. So that is what it looks like. You can see the feather coming in here that's on the collar that's around the horse's neck. That's the feather of it there. So this is the section that I am working in. It's coming up nicely. It's looking pretty good. Pretty easy stitching at the moment. There's not too much confetti yet. Once I get into those feathers and what happened to, I am assuming that I am going to hit some decent confetti, especially being a mini and being a Heaven and Earth Designs. So that is that one. All right. Next one that I worked on was this one, Daydream Sea Turtles, charted by Chatting Creations, and it is artwork by Sheena Pike. And that is what it looks like when it is done. Of course, there'll be a picture of where it was last time we seen it. And this is where we're up to. I am working over 2 pages on this one. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. The light's gone a bit. Going to get another shower of rain. It's a very funny day here in Australia. It's about just past 12:30 and during the day, and sometimes it's sunshine and then we get a shower of rain through, so the sun's just gone out at the moment. So yeah, this is where we're up to. This is, I filled in a lot of this up here, which is between the turtle's head and the start of his shell. That's one of its flippers there coming in. So yeah, I filled all that in. This is the turtle that I'm working on. This one here, in this section, in the middle of it. So I'm slowly getting there. This is also a pretty easy stitch at the moment. Not too much confetti. The light is really annoying me. No, that's no better. So yeah, that is that one. Give me 2 seconds. I wonder if that'll be better. Not so much light coming through. A little bit. So yeah, that is that. That might be better. All right, what did that is being stitched on 16 count Ada, and it is 2/1 CXC. Next one is this one, Moonrise Salt large version by Artecy, and it is artwork by Abraham Hunter. So, and I know Nikki at Charting Creations has just released another wolf one by Abraham Hunter that, you know, it's calling to me. It will eventually end up in my stash, that's for sure. But yeah, so this is the one that I'm working on. I have moved up here above these wolves, working on these trees and stuff. I'll try and get a lot of this top section up here done, and then I'll move back down to the wolves. So that is that one, and put a picture up of what it looked like last time. Get out. And this is what it looks like now. And I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. So I filled in a lot of this, just this background trees and stuff. Not very interesting to look at the moment, but you can see the bit of a difference there between the two photos. So yeah, it is also being stitched 2/1 CXC on 16 count, if I am correct. Yes, a 16 count. All these ones are 16 count because I was using up the last moustache. And I will work towards putting everything else on all my new, if I buy any new patterns, everything else will go on to 18 count. I think I need to make my project bags a little bit bigger just to fit all the excess fabric into them. Get in there. Right, that is that one. Next one that I worked on was this one. I just call it Tribal Wolf. It doesn't really have a name. This is by an Etsy store, 2x2 stitch art it is called. As I said, it doesn't really have a name, so I've just called it Tribal Wolf. And that's what it'll look like. Photo of what it was before. And this is where I'm up to with it. So I've moved up and done all this border. I'll get all that border filled in, and then I'll come back down to the wolf and fill in the top of his head and stuff like that before I move the hoop again, which I think I might move down this way, get this part down here done. So yeah, this is being stitched on 14 count Ada that I got from Paddock Lane Designs, Lisa Lane, Paddock Lane Designs, in one of her die spot sales. Give me a second. I really plunged us into darkness then, didn't I? Just trying to stop it from doing odd things with the... It might be a little bit better. So yeah, that is where I'm up to. I worked on it for only one day and I got 900 stitches into it. This is very easy because it's monochromatic and it's just stitching. There's no changing colours, there's no looking for the next symbol or anything like that. It is just stitching. And I am using DMC Etoile 823 just to give it that little bit of a sparkle. I think I'll turn that into a pillow or cushion or something like that once it is finished. Alright, the next one that I worked on was this one, the Swans, which is number 2 in the A Year in the Woods series by Cottage Garden Samplings. That is what it'll look like. Everybody who's anybody is stitching this basically, so you've probably seen it on a few other channels. And if you're on my Instagram, if you follow my Instagram, you have probably already seen this. And this is where it is. So I did finish the Swans. Got them finished. So there's the Swans and Mr. Fox. They're all together. I worked on it for 2 days and I got 1,340 stitches into it. Finished off the wings in the Swans and the little bit of pond water that's underneath them. Yeah, that's looking really good. This is stitched on 18 count hand dyed Ada that I dyed myself. I used, I'm pretty sure it was cocoa brown and just the tiniest little bit of tangerine orange, which is where you get the orange modelling from. Now with this, I am going to move over and do the deer. I know that is out of order, but I am going to, otherwise I'm going to have to count down and then across to be able to start on the beaver. Is it the beaver that's the next one? Number 3? No, it's the jackrabbit that's number 3. So I'm just going to find it easier to move across, do the deer, and then I will drop down and start stitching in order all the way down. So yes, I am doing them all on the one bit of fabric. And I think I miscalculated, didn't go down far enough up the top here, so I am going to have a fair decent border down the bottom, but that's all right. At least I know that they're going to fit on. But yeah, I'm really loving the way that they are looking. They look crooked on the material, but they're not. They're in line. I think it is the material that is crooked. I hope. I know they're in line because yeah, they're in line. That makes better. Doesn't make them look crooked on the material. Yeah, so I'm really loving that. They are looking awesome. I already told you what they're stitched on, and I am using all the called for overdyes and all that sort of stuff with them, using CXC instead of DMC, but all the overdyes, so the Weeks dye works and stuff like that. That is the jackrabbit that I will be moving on to. No, I said I was doing the deer. Let me find the deer. The deer is the one that the deer is the one that I am moving on to. So that is what the reindeer, what he looks like. That is the one that I'll be going to next. I did spend a little bit of time scanning all of the patterns. Did you hear my rooster? Or one of my roosters? I did spend a little bit of time scanning all of the patterns on my printer and then printing them out, just so I don't have to mark off the originals, because I think I may, no, I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, so I did take a little bit of time to do that, and so I've got them all scanned and printed off, so they are ready to go. All right, so I told you how many days I worked on it. Yes, I did. Shush. Sorry, guys. He's decided to crow in the middle of the day. The last one that I worked on was Bengal Tigers 2 by Just Stitching. And this is a pattern off eBay that my mother-in-law bought and gifted me years ago. So yeah, we all know the story on that one. There's several of them. I'm going to work through them and get them out of the road, so they're not in my stash anymore. Photo of where it was, and this is where I'm up to. So I have finished that page. As you can see, I moved up onto the next page just to finish off my round out my stitching total for it. I prefer to stick in increments of 20 if I can, So I generally won't stop at, say, 994 or something like that. I'll just keep stitching until I get to the next increment of 20. All right, so that's what it looks like. I stitched on it for one day and I got 1,000 stitches into it. I only had 2 colors left on it, so it was very easy once I got the first color done, and then it was just fill in with the second color. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I've just got one more page to go and I will be finished it. So I know I said I was hoping to get it finished in the first half of the year, but we are already into April and I don't think that is going to happen. So it will be finished by the end of the year, I hope. I can't promise, but it will be. I hope it is finished by the end of the year, and I can move on to another one. So yeah, and it is 2/1 on 16 count using CXC floss, of course. All right, guys, that is all of my stitching that I've done for the last 2 weeks. I stitched for 12 days and I got 7,640 stitches in for that fortnight. I will be moving on to my next rotation, which consists of Sans Souci by Lognose Samplers, my Happy Mood Point Quaker sampler, my Advent Calendar, Waterhole Masters, Mini Top Frog, Shaped Wolf, Spirit Guides, and Adventure Awaits. So that is going to be my next rotation. I am hoping to get back into posting on Instagram. That's the one. Posting on Instagram more. I've been a bit shit at it lately. For quite a while. I haven't posted a great deal. I am going to try to post once I finish stitching on one project. I am going to try and post my progress there, so you will get spoilers, and then I will do my update of it. So for those of you that are on Instagram, you'll see the progress on them before anyone that's not on Instagram and just watches my YouTube. All right. So for March, I stitched a total of 26 days. There was a few days there that I was either working or I just couldn't have been bothered and I didn't feel like stitching. I spent one whole night just scanning the Year in the Woods into my computer and printing them out and what haven't you. So that took up a whole night. So yeah, 26 days for the month of March. I'd done 16,520 stitches, and that gave me a daily average of 533 stitches a day. And my quarterly stitch count for the 3 months, for the year I should say, is 51,630 stitches, which breaks down to a daily average of 573 stitches. Now, my goal for this year was to do 200,000 stitches for the year on any of my projects. 120 of those will be on my 8 main full coverages. If I stick to that, I am already a quarter of the way to my goal, or just over a quarter of the way to my goal. So looking at my stats for last year, I was going great guns until we reached the second half of the year, and then my numbers dropped back. But a lot happened last year in the second half of the year too, with work and all that, and with my arm. There was a few times there, obviously, that I was down to one-handed stitching, which obviously slowed me down a lot. But fingers crossed this year that I can keep up my daily average. If I can keep up the daily average of 500 stitches, I should make my 200,000 goal, I think. Let me just calculate that. It's a leap year? No, it's not. Next year's a leap year. Okay, I've got to do an daily average of 548 stitches a day to reach my 200,000 goal. What did I say? My daily average for the 3 months has been 573. So I am on track to reach my goal of 200,000 stitches. All right, now, can't remember. Did I say I was going to draw it this week, or I'll do it the next? I think I said I will draw my giveaways on the next one, just to give people that haven't caught up to any recent videos a chance to enter as well. Thank you for all those that have already entered. If you are new to the channel and don't know what I'm talking about, a last update was my first year Flosstube, and I have got a bit of a giveaway happening on there. So if you want to go back and check out that video and enter, you're quite welcome, because I am leaving it open for another 2 weeks, and I will draw it on my next update, which may be a little bit later, either in the day or later in the week, because coming up at work, I have got to work Mondays again for a couple of weeks. One of my co-workers is taking 3 weeks holiday, and someone has to cover her shifts. So I've got to work Mondays again for a couple of weeks, which I don't mind. It's only for a couple of weeks, hopefully. And that's fine by me. I'll either film when I get home from work, or I will film on the Thursday when it is my day off, just for that one update. It should only affect the one update. Still haven't managed to get around to filming a stitch with me. I don't know when I am ever going to get that done. It is super duper difficult when you have 2 males in the house and they just want to talk rubbish all the time. So yeah, I will eventually get a stitch with me done. Can't make any promises, but I will eventually get one done. I have no haul or anything like that to show you. The rooster has stopped crowing now, so that's a bonus. But yeah, I have no haul or anything to show you. So yeah, guys, I think I will leave it as that, and I will see you all next time. Once again, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming over and watching my videos. It is very much appreciated. I am sorry if I haven't commented back on some of your comments. I did find 1 or 2 this morning that had been hidden by YouTube from me. They hadn't sent me notifications that there was a new comment or anything. So I may have to go back and just check out the comments. So I am very sorry if you haven't received a heart or a reply back to any of your comments, because YouTube's being an arse. But yes, it is very much appreciated that you guys come and watch me every fortnight whenever I put up a video. So yeah, that is very, very much appreciated. All right, guys, I will leave it as that. Wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye. I just forgot to say that I will throw in some pictures at the end of this video of some of my horses that some of you asked for. So yeah, enjoy.